Welcome to the 2015 season and JR's annual power rankings. Unlike the SEC rankings, my power rankings have a proven track record. Last year I correctly predicted 5 of the 6 playoff teams, including last year's champion. As usual, we'll start at the bottom with Ty's necrophiliacs. There's no shame for Ty here. He lost his keeper for the whole season just days after the draft. I do not expect a return to the playoffs for him this year. Next, Zach is breaking the mold with the 2 tight end set. Neither of them are Vernon Davis. His RB number 2 position is awful, but Peyton could alone win him some games. Travis's team is ranked very highly for puns, but he has Tannehill at the helm with no backup. He has depth at running back, but while the receiver core is talented, I think they're on teams that will weigh down their fantasy value. Chris went even weaker than Zach this year at the running back position. Gurley is out for weeks, leaving him to fill a number 2 running back spot with second and third stringers. What he lacks in balance, he makes up for in big game potential. ODB and Megatron are excellent in tandem. We should applaud Chris for only picking one defense this year. Russell Wilson defied expectations last year by putting up some 40 burgers. I predict that the Super Bowl hangover will take effect this year. Like Travis, Santos has some veteran names on his receiving core, but the quarterbacks throwing to them are questionable. Scott's mentor elections is a much more balanced team. He waited to pick up a quarterback pretty late and was able to get some depth with players that will touch the ball a lot this season. However, without having any definitive stud players, Scott will probably do a lot of tinkering and sit the wrong players. While Brett's early picks looked like busts to me, his later picks looked like they had great value. Marshall, Ivory, Adams. It helped that Jordy went down, but Adams showed great flashes of stardom last year. I'll trade you. At number 7, I have our reigning champions as a cusp player for the playoffs. At quarterback, he has a good pairing of a consistent player with a potential breakout player. His RBs look good with Blue in the beginning and switching to Bell later on. However, Ryan was a big homer when it came to the wide receiver spot. Keenan Allen, Vincent Jackson, Ladarius Green. Obviously, the doctor could not keep emotional detachment and ended up killing the patient. A safe bet at our number 6 is our playoff stalwart, Brian. He grabbed both Eli and Romo at quarterback. I couldn't make it work for me 2 years ago, always benching the wrong one, but good luck with that. If Gore and White have revitalizing years, this could be a solid team, but I think Gore is just an indie so that he can pass block from my boy Luck. Shell is our number 5 team. He grabbed 3 starting running backs and invested in Arian Foster coming back, which will probably prove to be an excellent wager. His wide receivers are old in football terms, but I think they're set up for success in their current spot. The quarterback is the only thing I see holding back this team. I underestimated my team last year, so this year I'm probably overestimating it. Luck and the Texans defense won most of my games for me last year, so since it wasn't broke, I didn't fix it. Bryant's suspension puts more pressure on one of my 2 value picks, Cruz and Harvin, to pan out soon. I have Kevin in number 3. His is another quarterback-centric team. He has a lot of split-time situations at running back that he'll have to manage, but he can lock up Julio Jones and Alshon Jeffrey as big, young, playmaking machines to be there all year. With Rodgers, that's probably all he'll need. Dan's team doesn't have a whole lot of sexy on it, but it's a solid team in terms of point production. He also has some split-time running backs, but they could be breakout players if there's an injury to their counterpart. Again, our number 1 ranked team is Cheryl. She has the deflator at quarterback for all 16 games. She believes in JC. Bernard was overshadowed a bit last year by Hill, but I see a bounce back year for him. Best yet, her receivers are Luck and Rodgers' primary target. Since it was a 60-yard touchdown from Rodgers to Nelson that kicked Cheryl out of the playoffs last year, I'm sure she has no mercy for Ty right now.